Hi guys. So in this video I want to give you an update about my services app. On the last video I showed you that I was working with responsive layout, so I started developing the app with a layout for mobile devices, and then I started adding conditions and changing the layout to have the app also working on the web. And I think I'm pretty much finished with both layouts. So I want to show you guys how both apps work um, and how they are at this moment. So let me show you. So right here I have both apps side by side. You can see I have the web version and the mobile one, and these apps are using the same widgets. I mean the same screen. Both so the app only has one screen, and what I'm doing is that I'm changing all the widgets according to if it's running on the web or on the mobile devices. And for that, I showed you on the last video, I'm using a condition like a control variable. K is web, which tells me that if the app is running on mobile or on the web, and then I'm using the media queries to just create the layout responsive, which is something that I didn't need to use when I was on mobile. But now that I think about it, I would need to use it as well, because if I was considering changing the layout for when the app is running on tablets, for example. So this is the app. So this is the initial screen of the web version, and this is the initial screen of the mobile version. They are pretty similar. The main differences is that on the web I have like a main menu on the top, like a navigation bar, like most websites have, and on mobile I have this menu here, which is practically the same. On the web version I have a footer, which I don't have on the mobile one, and all the rest is the same. So here I can search for the services, and here is exactly the same because these are exactly the same widgets. What I had to do here on the web was creating a responsive layout so the widget would not fill the entire screen when we were running on the web. And what else can I show you? So these screens are pretty similar, yeah. Then here, oh, we have this. I have this screen, which was one of the screens that I was missing on the last video, how it works, which is a screen with basically image slider of images to show like a small step-by-step how the app works. So it says like you search for the service that you want, you say where you need that service, and you choose which professionals you want to contact, and then you just contact all the professionals at once. And this is like a small explanation of how the app works. So I had to also change this because on mobile this is working with gesture, so we can using the touch to just slide the images. On the web I had to add these buttons, and also to we can press here on the bullets to change the images. And another thing that I did, like I didn't think that on the web the app should open with this screen, because on mobile the first time that you open the app on mobile, I'm going to show you this screen, so how the app works. And then if you already know how the app works, then you have like a button here to start the app, and you'll go to the services or the search screen. And I save on the app, I save locally on the app a key that says that, okay, so the user already opened the app once and they enter the search screen, so I won't show that how it works screen again. And then it will be here available here on the menu. And here on the menu, I also have this button to share the app, which I don't have on the web because I think it doesn't make sense. And then I have the join screen. And this is one of the screens that I was working for the past few days, which was about these ad services and ad locations that I had here. Before I added a package to show a site sheet where I had like the list of services and locations and everything, but I was not too happy about that screen. First of all, the site sheet was a package, was not part of the material and the Flutter API, so I had to import the package, and I always try to avoid importing like third-party packages to be honest. And so I went searching what kind of components I could use that are already implemented in Flutter for us to use. And I'm using different components on both versions. So I'm going to show you. So on the web, I'm using a component from the material design, which is a bottom sheet. So instead of opening on the side, it opens from the bottom. And you can see here, so it opens like this. And then I change on the mobile because on the web, I think this works really well because we have a lot of space and we can see all the results, and we can filter the results here by what something is not working. I'm trying to click this one and I can't. Okay, so this is a problem. Sorry, let me see what's happening. Okay, I don't know what's happening. It's always like this. When we try to show something, something just breaks. Yeah, I have to see what's happening. But the idea here is that, oh, I also implemented this. So before I had like a search on with the search text field, and you can start searching for services that you might want to add to your company. But then I was not very happy with the screen because it was all empty, and you had no idea what kind of text you would need to insert when you were looking for services that your company can perform. So what I did instead, I'm calling the endpoint, and the endpoint is returning me all the services that I have, but with a pagination. So I'm returning like 20 services, and as I scroll the list, I'll be adding 20 more and 20 more and 20 more and so forth. So the idea here is not to scroll this entire list because I have like maybe 800, I think close to 800 services right now in the database, and I'm going to have more. So the idea is to filter the services here and then just check the service that you want to add. And when you are checking the service that you want, they will appear here. And you can also remove from here, and if you go back, you can see they are already checked. And okay, this is really bugging me. I don't know what happened here, but whatever. So on the web, I'm using the bottom sheet I was telling you about, and this also adapts to the screen. So if the screen is really small, it will occupy the entire screen, and as we increase the screen width, it will just be in the middle, just like I did with this container on the middle of the screen. Now, on the mobile version, I decided not to use the bottom sheet, and that's because if I use the bottom sheet, when we are writing, when we were writing the text here to filter the services, what would happen is that the keyboard occupies almost half of the screen, and then we have the list, and then we have the text field. So we couldn't see the list, almost any item of the list, maybe one or two items. So it was not a very good design, and so I ended up doing was, instead of opening a bottom sheet, I'm opening a full screen dialog. So this is a dialog. It's a little bit different from the original screen, so you can see we don't have a back, so the dialog is opening on top of the other screens. It's not being pushed to the stack of the screen navigation, and then we can filter, and here I think it's working. Yeah, okay. And then it's exactly the same because once again I'm using exactly the same widget for both of them. The only thing that I'm doing is launching the widget on a different with a different way, and also like, and on this one I'm adding a scaffold widget, and on this one I'm not using it. So we can just add these ones, close, and we have the services here. Let me just show you how I'm. So I have a new widget, two new widgets actually, one for the services and one for the locations. Sorry, it's my dog. So let me show you here. So what I'm doing, so this is the widget that I'm using for the services. So this is the widget that I'm using for this screen, and you can see that I have a widget to get to return me the scaffold with the app bar, and on the scaffold I'm calling another method which is get body, which gives me the content of the screen. And what I'm using here on the build method is if I'm running on the web, I'll just get the body. And if I'm not running on the web, I'll get the scaffold, which will have the app bar and everything and the body inside. And this is a really easy way to do it, which is really cool. And let me show you the other one. So the other one was the screen that I was working today, which was the location screen. And I was not happy with this one as well because it didn't make sense to search for the locations in the same way that we were doing with the services, because the location is a finite, like a limited list, finite list. Yeah, I think it's finite list. So I have a certain amount of items and that they won't increase over time. So, and locations are also grouped by a district in this case. So we have, I don't know how many districts, but all these ones, and inside each district we have a certain number of locations. So I ended up doing a different layout using these expansion tiles, which is pretty cool. I mean, Flutter already have this kind of tiles implemented, another advantage. And so you have a list. You don't need to search for anything, so you already know what district do you want. So you just need to come here, open a district, and you can select the locations inside that district. You can select the locations that you want. You can see that the district tells you, okay, how many locations you have selected on that district. I also added a button to select all the locations from a single district at once. So you can select all, select none, and as you are selecting them, they will appear here. And I'm working with locations from the beginning. I also always intended to work only with location and not with the districts. But then for just a matter of organization, I ended up using the districts here on the front end. But on the back end, on the database, I only have locations. I don't have like the district. I mean, the locations have a district column, but I don't have a table with only the districts. And today I even got around with the endpoint. So first I was returning all the districts, and then my first idea was, okay, I'm gonna make an endpoint, create an endpoint that will return me all the districts, and then I will select a district, and when I select a district, I'm gonna create another endpoint that accepts that district and returns me all the locations inside. And I created all of them, but then as I was implementing it, the layout, it was not working. So it was like a really complicated layout because I was not using these expansible lists, so it was like a navigation. So you had like items, you would select the district, you would go to a different screen with all the locations inside, and then you need to come back. I mean, it was really cumbersome, so I ended up using this one, and I think it works really, really well. I'm really happy now with it. And on the mobile, it's exactly the same, and I'm using the full screen dialog to show the list. But other than that, it's exactly the same thing. As you can see, this is not very good because if you select a lot of locations, this will get really huge. But so far, I'm gonna go with it as it is. And this is it, I think, in terms of the layouts that I've been working. Oh, and I made another change as well because I didn't have this on the last video. Let me show. Oh, I can't write. Why can't I write here? Okay, I'm gonna show you here. I don't know. Oh no, I need to show you here because this is a change that I did on the web. On this one, I don't have it. Let me just check here something because I know that these ones have results, and what these ones, and no. Okay, this is not working. Oh, maybe I changed the location. So okay, I'm gonna show you on the next video. Let me just restart this one just to see. Well, I could just like hot restart, but I forgot. Let me just see what's happening. This one also has some problem. I'm gonna need to check what's going on with it. And Could also, let me just check here. So screen location, probably the request that I'm doing. No, but search existing locations. This one I didn't change because I had like those different endpoints. One was only returning the existing locations, and the other one was returning everything. Okay, here. Okay, it's working again. I don't know. So let me see. Oh, the locations are not working actually. And why are they not working? Okay, something went wrong here. Value of type string, blah blah blah. The screen location is not working. I forgot to update this, and probably the endpoint is not working correctly. Let me just check here. Get location districts, get search locations, not all. Yeah, this is working. 231. Yeah, 231. And the locations, search. Yeah, it should be working. Existing location, so we're calling like software development and on Lisbon. Yeah, the look it's not working. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to another video. So you guys just, I'm not gonna fix this right now. So I just wanted to show you how both designs end up um, working, and I'm gonna change this and probably do a different video with the next update. So thank you.